Ladies and gentlemen, Chris here. We would surely appreciate it if you like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Peace. All right. Good Wednesday morning. We're joined today by Nacey Holliday, the one that's going to be driving the Pro Truck for us next year at Mobile International Speedway. We're switching over from doing our podcast on Facebook to YouTube. We've had a lot of requests of people wanting to actually watch it on their TV, so you can get that in the YouTube app on your smart device. Nacey, how you been? What's up? What you been doing? We hadn't talked in a while. It's our off season, but it's not your off season. How's things been going?
We haven't been racing much, really. We've kept the car in the shop. We've raced maybe twice, I think it was. We've raced like big races, and then I've been to one race that didn't race.
What was it?
It's been going really good. We've gotten the car mostly figured out.
What was that last race that y'all run? That was a big race. What was that?
Spooky 50.
The what?
Spooky 50.
The Spooky 50. What was the one before that?
I don't know what it was called, but I do know it was 15,000 to win. I don't know if it had whatever.
Man, these dirt races, man, they're something else. They pay good money to win. How'd you do in your in the Spooky 50?
The first night, it was 2 different nights, but the first night, I think I came in 9th, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I started somewhere in the back, and I think I did really good. And then the second night, we made 4 laps in 30 minutes. They timed us out, and I ended up 11th.
I got you. So keeping the heat in the seat, I guess you'd say, huh? Trying to keep the steering wheel on your hands there a little bit, getting ready for next year.
Yes, sir.
So what's your feelings going into next season? That 2022 season, transitioning over from the dirt tracks and getting into asphalt racing. What's your thoughts on all that?
I'm a little bit nervous because I know it's not going to be the easiest thing, and it's going to be a challenge. I like challenges, but I don't know how much of a challenge.
Yeah.
But I figure out I feel like I can do it, and other people do it, so it can't be that hard.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's all in a race car. You know what I mean? They're all race cars in every different form and fashion. I mean, they're still race cars. So we're excited to have y'all in the truck, and hopefully we can make a year out of this, right?
Right.
Yeah. So Nacey will be running. Well, if you wanna place it that way, she'll could possibly be running for the Rookie of the Year award, NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Rookie of the Year award next season, and hopefully a championship. We'll see how it goes, right?
Right.
That would be what kind of that'd be kind of surreal, wouldn't it?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty wild thing. Then we'd have to put Wild Thing on the back of the truck. We can make that happen. Now there's some stiff competition out there, and we've talked about it off the set here. Them Serendipity trucks. Kirk puts out a fast truck over there, so they're going to be tough to beat. When you travel east, you're running some of the best in the country, really. I mean, you got a lot of, even in the modifieds, late model, you got, Augie Grill, Bubba Pollard, some of the well-known names in the short track world that you're running against. So, I mean, that's a lot of talent out that, a lot of talent out that way. And we're hoping to add to the crop of our, I guess you'd say, Southwest drivers, being that you are over this way.
Right.
So, Nacey, where did you start in racing? Tell us a little brief history on you. Where was your past at? And how old are you?
14.
14. She got that slang. Got 14. You're from Louisiana, but you sound like you've been in Texas a little too long, darling.
I sure have.
Says that I'm 14. Anyway, yeah, tell us a little bit about, I want everybody to know who you are, what you've done in your past, and all that good stuff.
To be honest, when I first moved in with my dad, I had no idea what racing was about. I was like 9, and I had no idea, and I didn't really care either. Like, all I knew was a car in the shop that he spent all his time on, and there was like, they came home and they talked about the races, and I watched it on TV and stuff. And I never seen anything in it. I was like, yeah, no, this is crazy. You put in a lot of money for absolutely no reason. Like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom was like, I was like, can I just go to a race? And she's like, yeah, but you're going to have to sit down and actually watch the races. And I was like, all right, I can do that. So I went, and I was sitting down, and I was watching all of them, and I'd met 2 other late model drivers.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a big late model night. I met 2 late model drivers, Manny Falcon and Robbie Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met them, they were really, really nice, and it kind of opened my eyes to, it wasn't just about racing, like, running circles around the track. It was more of like a friendship type deal.
Right.
And there was more to it.
Right.
Bigger picture there. And I was watching them, and man, I fell in love with it. I was like, I want to do that.
So, kind of the moral part of racing and the family oriented and the everybody knows everybody kind of thing. That's kind of, and the driver. I'm assuming the drivers pretty much doing their job, coming down and talking to you. That made a huge difference in, of course, your future, right?
Right. I went and I've looked for them for the past 4 years. I couldn't find where they were racing, and I met them both at Spooky 50.
Mm-hmm.
And before I met them a couple years ago, it was at Spooky 50. And I talked to them all, and that one guy was like, man, I had no idea that, this little thing would have made this big of an impact in your life. And the other one still denied it. He was like, huh? No, they did. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I remember talking to you.
Right. Well, that just shows the importance of, cracking these drivers out of their shell a little bit, of being, having more interactions with the fans and stuff like that. That is kind of like I preach to you and, other people that I deal with in racing, period. The fans are the future of the sport, whether you see it or not. When you see them little kids out there,
right.
There could be a 9-year-old Nacey Holliday sitting there. There could be, a 4-year-old that just can't wait to get, we've seen the videos on the internet all the time about these little kids that are jumping by these fences like, holy crap, that's an awesome car,
Right.
So, and for little boys, and I'm sure there's some little girls that are the same way that, look at these, even these cup cars and stuff like that, the upper series of NASCAR and say, man, that'd be awesome. So what are your plans for the rest of the year? Where can people come to check you out? I know you said you're racing this weekend.
Yes, I'm racing I think small race. I think there's a big race Saturday, but I'm just gonna race Friday.
Okay.
Then we're gonna be in a lot of parades. We're gonna do a lot of the parades that are down here.
Right. Okay. What track are you running at this weekend? Chatham. Okay, and that is.
The name of it's Super B Speedway.
Say it one more time.
I think the name of it is Super B Speedway.
Super B Speedway.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that can be found on Facebook, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so she'll be at Super B Speedway, keeping the seat warm this weekend. As far as next season goes, what are your plans? Okay, so we're gonna be starting the season out in the truck with you behind the wheel. What are your plans for your dirt program? Are you gonna try to stay in the dirt cars as well? You're gonna try to bring that 555 back to 105 Speedway here in Cleveland, Texas? I mean, what are y'all's?
The 555 will not be going back to 105 Speedway. It'll stay around here, if I'm not mistaken. It might go maybe for a big race over in Texas, but it's not going to go back to 105.
I got you.
But for the most part, I really, really want to race Thunder Valley and like Texarkana or something over. It's like a name of one of the tracks that was over around here. It's not Texarkana, but something like that.
I got you.
And I was told it was really like a really nice track, and I was like, hey, I want to check that out. Cliff was like, oh yeah, like there's some good racing going on.
Right. So you're gonna try to do some dirt racing along with the asphalt racing too.
Yes, sir. It won't be a lot of dirt racing. It won't be like an every weekend type of deal, but
try to keep it manageable.
right, yes, sir.
Right. And that's understandable with the cost, and to be honest with you, it really kind of burns you out. I mean, it's tough. Hats off to the Cup drivers and the Xfinity drivers and the Truck Series and all that good stuff that race every weekend, because that, for a smaller team, smaller operation, running every single weekend, that plays on your mind, man. It's tough to do,
Yes, sir.
But it's tough on your pocketbook and your sponsors and all that good stuff. Well, Nacey, anybody you want to give a shout out to for this season? I know you had a lot of local support in the Cleveland area at 105, and anybody you want to say anything to?
Yeah, I'd like to say, thank you to the guys that I raced with mostly, because, I loved racing with them. They always had my back, no matter what. I really miss them a lot. And these past couple of races that I've been raced, like the last race I raced, taught and helped me out a lot with car setup and all. But I'd really like to give a big shout out to my parents. They've done a lot for me.
I imagine so.
They've always pulled through when I needed them.
Yeah, that's a cool thing, being 14 years old and having the opportunities to do what you're doing, even on a dirt track.
Right.
That's a lot of a lot of kids don't get that opportunity. That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing when any parent will put themselves out there, and racing really runs in y'all's roots. Y'all have had generations. What did it start on that 333? Is that what you said?
No, I think it starts at the 222.
222. Okay. And then
there's a 333, 2 444s, and then I'm the 555.
Right. And your cousin.
It's on Cliff's side of the family.
Right, and your cousin runs the 444 out at 105, right?
Yes, sir. Him and his dad does.
Oh, okay. He's pretty good. He's pretty quick.
It's funny because me and him used to fight about our numbers. It's like when we play sports, both of our numbers 5. So.
Yeah.
We fought forever over the numbers.
So what did y'all have to do? Did y'all have to come to a rock, paper, scissors game or something like that?
I got a car first. I got the stickers first.
Hey, that'll work. Yeah.
For the 444.
Yeah. Early bird gets the worm, I guess. So that'll work. Well, Nacey, I appreciate you joining us on our new podcast on YouTube. Anything else you would like to add?
I think that's all.
That's all. That's it. Okay. Well, she gives a big shout out to her parents, which is cool. For just the support, the guys and gals around, and the fans at 105 Speedway and the track itself. A lot of praise there for what they do. Any of these tracks out here that support short track racing, that still put shows on every Saturday night. I've watched so many that just the speedways going belly up and sitting abandoned. I mean, I'm sure you've watched that same thing, huh, Nacey?
I do. A lot. I'm always hearing about how tracks are shutting down and all. Yeah,
it's terrible. I mean, it's one thing, and we've talked it around. I've kicked it around with Charles about doing a lot more tech videos, to where whatever we can do to help anybody try to better themselves, or even if it's just tough lessons that are learned, chassis setup, engine problems and stuff like that. Charles is pretty much a wizard when it comes to an engine. he can pretty much go through it and tell you what needs to be done and what doesn't. So the do's and don'ts of engines and transmissions and what have you.
You don't put gear oil in an automatic transmission.
Yep, that's right.
Learned that the hard way.
You don't put gear oil in a transmission.
You can put it in the standard, but you can't put it in automatic.
So what happened there? Did Tina and Nacey go racing without Cliff?
We did.
Oh,
I was told to put transmission fluid in the transmission because it was slipping, and I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, I got that. That's easy. I do that all the time.
So what is that?
Well,
walk in the trailer and say, oh, look, there's a jug. Let's put it in the transmission, huh?
Well, I wasn't thinking, and I was thinking, transmission gears are slipping, so I was thinking, gear oil. It's like that was the thing that was in my mind, was the gears were slipping.
Mm-hmm. So
I was thinking, gear oil. No, gear oil goes in the rear end, not the transmission.
Right.
It says specifically transmission fluid on the box.
Yeah. Now, did y'all, I know y'all are not super huge NASCAR Cup Series fans and stuff like that, but did y'all happen to watch the championship race?
Cliff and my mom did. I wasn't home and didn't know anything really about it, but Cliff and my mom did.
Do you know who won?
Sir?
I said, do you know who won?
I have no idea.
Well, Kyle Larson won. So he's a dirt guy. He's won a lot of races this year and last year on the dirt tracks in the World of Outlaws, dirt late models, all that good stuff. He's done a lot. I'm impressed with him as an individual, and I mean, he's just a good dude and a great driver. I mean, there's just something different when you got to go through the struggles and trying to figure out, and I know his family did it. I know they went through the struggles and trying to figure out the chassis and stuff like that. It's not so much a generational driver thing where you jump in the car and, man, it's already preset to where, you can dive off into a turn. I'm not saying that everybody can just jump in a car and drive. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying when you have a car that'll rotate the center, where you just have very little issues that you have to tend to, that as driver in particular, you know what I'm saying?
Right, it just makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. And Kyle Larson, I'm sure like I said, they went through the trials and tribulations of that. Of, man, where do we gain the speed at? That's some, man, being out of racing 7-8 years now, however long it was when we were out. Coming back to it was, and this modified this year for us was just, a lot of that stuff made us scratch our heads. But, hey, it is what it is. Like I said, that last race in Mobile just didn't have the gear set to get the job done, underpowered and undergeared, so.
Right.
But all in all, me and Charles went into that race. We weren't going to get uptight. We weren't going to get upset. Weren't going to get mad. We enjoyed the weekend, and it takes a lot. And it really takes a lot off your shoulders just to say, you know what, hey, man, whatever happens here, we're just going to go in here and we're just going to enjoy being here. And we did. Everybody was.
That's what we had to do at 50-50 because the second night was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I went out for hot laps, the night before when we went out,
mm-hmm.
the power steering kept locking up.
Right.
I didn't know why. So then we got it fixed that morning. We went out for hot laps. It wouldn't work. I had to pull in. Didn't even get a lap in.
Right.
Then we went out for the heat race, or we came back in. We checked the power steering. We left the cap off,
mm-hmm.
and went back out and forgot to put the cap back on.
Right.
So we went out for the heat race. The cap fell, moved the belt, and the belt fell off. So I didn't even get a lap in the heat race. I barely got on the track.
Right. That's kind of what happened to us. I mean, except for us, it was an intake issue. We in our first practice, we put the car on the track, and I think we got 3 laps in, and it blew oil everywhere. So yeah, it's always something. That's why we nicknamed that modified Medusa, because she's always playing games. But it's all good. You got a fancy nickname for your car?
Her name is Jalopy.
Jalopy. Okay.
It's just always, I've had that name for her since I got her.
That'll work. That'll work. Okay.
Yeah, she was a mess when I got her, so
Yeah.
her name was Jalopy.
Well, guys, as much as we want to hang around all day and talk all day and have this good time, we're going to wrap it up for today. And as always, don't forget, share, subscribe. Keep our videos coming for sure. Let us know what you think on any subject whatsoever. Any questions that you have for Nacey Holliday, myself, or anybody else, we'll do what we can to get them answers for you. And tech talk. I mean, I know it sounds like TikTok, but I'm not saying TikTok. I'm saying tech talk. That's good. That's good stuff, right? Anything you got question-wise that I could possibly help you with, I will do whatever I can to help you out and get you where you need to be, at least get you somewhere a 50-50, So, guys, we appreciate you joining in, and we thank you for watching. Check in with our Facebook, follow it, like it, share it. We need the views, we need the subscribers to keep it going, and don't forget to leave that comment. I know I got a knife in my hand. Oh. Anyway, leave a comment, guys. We appreciate y'all. Nacey, thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.
All right.
All right, thank you.